Peace, family. Peace, 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 peace. All right. I hope you guys are having a phenomenal day. If not, do understand and get your day, night is going to get better. Once you get better, once your perception gets better. So today's video is about codependency. It's so funny. Yesterday I was doing a video and I was like, you know what? I touched a few topics pertaining to codependency, and I said I'm gonna do a video about codependency. Okay. So what is codependency? Honey, I had to get a notebook, okay? Got my handy dandy notebook, okay? All right. So codependency is a pattern of behavior in which one person in a relationship becomes over reliant on the other person. A lot of this stems from childhood, right? Oftentimes, and I have said this time and time again, oftentimes we tend to do things that we have seen, growing up, or if we felt like we wasn't being seen or heard or whatever it is, we tend to, when we start dating, we tend to look for those things in a partner, right? Because maybe your mama or your daddy didn't pay attention to you, or you felt like they didn't pay attention to you when you grow up, start dating. You're like, well, I want this person to be, my everything. I want them to always spend time and things of that nature. We are going to get into this, okay? Codependency occurs when a relationship has extreme power imbalance and one person focuses most of their time and energy on the other. Honey, when I tell you, okay, it was plenty times, okay, me being in relationships. And what's crazy is oftentimes you think this is the way the relationship's supposed to be. Very goddamn dysfunctional. You like, this is the way the relationship's supposed to be. A few examples of you having codependency is one, you don't have no boundaries. No boundaries. Okay, a person can do whatever it is they want to do. One of the words I remember hearing Missy Young Van Zandt say, she would say, the person could run amok over your life, okay, because you don't have no boundaries. You just allow them to do whatever and whatever they want because of fear of being by yourself, okay, fear of them cheating on you. I remember me being in a relationship, and I had told this story before, but me being in a relationship, and I was so afraid of the guy leaving me. And although the damn relationship was goddamn dysfunctional, I was so afraid that he would leave me. And the reason being was because at that time I had two children. Okay, now I have four. Okay, but I had two children at that time. And I thought that if he was to leave me, I could not get anyone else, right? So you would stay in dysfunctional relationships even if you see that the relationship is dysfunctional. Another thing is you may have intimacy problems, okay? Now, this showed up in my relationships, okay? I would make deals with the guys that I was in a relationship with, that we would live together. I would make deals like, oh, if you clean up, if you help me around the house, we could have sex. Or if you do this, we could do it tonight, right? And I never thought that, that was codependency. I just would be like, let's just make a deal, right? But in fact, that is codependency. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. You do this for me, I do that for you, okay? The next thing is you don't express your emotions because of fear of getting into an argument. So you suppress your emotions about how you feel. And honey, let me tell you something. Whatever you suppress, okay, it creates depress, okay? And if it's from fear, you going to experience anxiety. I remember me being in the same exact relationship. Me and a guy, we had went to therapy together. And I remember I was expressing to my therapist, like, how I was feeling and, what I was going through in the relationship. And I just was overwhelmed, right? I was, and I felt like even if I did say something, like the guy just would ignore my emotions. Like he wasn't the type that, if you cry in front of him, it was like he was nonchalant. Like had no type of emotions, no type of connection. And I remember I was talking to the therapist and I was telling her, how I felt. And one of the things she said, Dina, this could be triggering, me experience anxiety by me staying in that relationship, right? Another thing you got to understand is this, okay? You have to be responsible for the way you feel. Instead of wanting this person to do everything and you looking for this person to be, everything, to me it's very important for you to start spending time with yourself. And I know, right, because my early years, okay, honey, I'm still early, okay, but when I first started dating, I had no sense of boundaries, no sense of what a healthy relationship looked like. And all of that comes from your upbringing, okay? Somebody else may have put the program in place, but honey, you have the ability to change that goddamn program. You get what I'm saying, okay? All right? Another thing is you cancel all your plans. Honey, I know. I used to be there. I used to do that, okay? Soon as I get in a relationship with the person, I cancel all the plans. It's like nobody else exists, okay? Because I felt like this person was just going to give me everything. You want to shop with this person. And guys, not for nothing, they don't want to be in clothing stores with us women. That's where the girlfriends come in, okay? All right? Some things they just don't want to do. And so that's why it's healthy to still have your girlfriends, okay? You can't get everything from this person. You know who's going to give you everything? You, okay? You are going to fill your cup. And that's why I said my next relationship, the guy, he would have to definitely love himself more than me. Okay, and I remember when I first heard that, I said, say, what? Okay, but the truth of the matter is, if he don't love himself more than me, he's going to be codependent on me. He's going to be wanting me to, be there all the time for him. He's going to be, expecting for me to drop everything for him. Okay? No. You have to make sure you fill your own cup. And you have to understand that being by yourself, that is a plus. Because if you don't want to be by yourself, honey, who the hell gonna want to be with you? Message. Okay? So, there's hope. There's hope. How to cure. Just act like you ain't even hear it. How to cure codependency. 1, okay, awareness is key. Awareness is key. If you know you ain't have no goddamn boundaries, you let the person run amok over your life, awareness is key. Set those boundaries up, okay? By me not being in a relationship, it gives me so much time to reflect on how I showed up in the relationships that I was showing up in. That's 1. 2, it gives me the ability to understand that we attract what we are. Someone cannot give me something that I feel like I don't have. And that means love. Okay? The next thing is you want to start dating yourself. Okay? Taking yourself out. Whether it's restaurants, movies. The first time I went to the movies by myself, I felt a little eerie because it was the first time that I did it. But I did it and I was extremely proud of myself. Honey, I got dressed up. You couldn't tell me I wasn't going on a date because I was going on a date with my damn self. Okay? And when you can be by yourself, You will not accept and tolerate any and everything. Why? Because you enjoy you. Okay? Honey, you see I had to do, okay, in your face. All right? The next thing is I would read. Because I tell you guys all the time, there is always the answer out there. Okay? If you seek, ye shall find. Now, if you're a person, you're like, well, I don't have time to do these things. I'm just going to get all this stuff from this guy. Or I'm going to get all this stuff from this girl. How that's going for you? Okay? How your last relationship been? Ask yourself that. Because if you do the same, my darling, you're going to get the same. Okay? So read 2 books I highly recommend. Okay, so these are the books I highly recommend. Okay, Letters to the Daughter I Never Had by Judge Lynn. Okay, this book is so good. Okay, very good, powerful read. This, The Mastery of Love. Okay, when I tell you, you cannot expect to get love from someone who do not have love, or operating like they don't have love. Okay? If they are seeking love, then chances are that they feel like they can't give themselves love. And then they're gonna want you to do their job for them. They're gonna expect for you to give them love. Because they feel as though their love, it doesn't mean anything. Okay? Because they've been programmed to look for love and everything outside their existence. Very good read. Same exact author from The 4 Agreements. The next book, The Power of the Subconscious Mind. Now, I know this book. This is my favorite read, okay? My favorite read by Dr. Joseph Murphy. This book is so powerful, okay? When you start reading this book, you see all the stories of people who may have had addictions, who may grew up in a household where as though their parent was codependent, okay, superstitious or whatever. Book is powerful. Very powerful. Then they got examples and things that you can do to overcome. Things like if you experience anxiety, if you experience fear. Very powerful. That's my favorite read, okay? Now, if you want to get me a new one, because that one, just saying. Now, another book, Trust, okay, by Miss Iyanla Vanzant, okay? This book is so good, all right? One of the things that I love about this book is this. Many times we would say, I don't trust this person, okay? I don't trust this guy, right? Like I told you guys when I was dating a guy, right? I was dating this guy. My last relationship, I did not trust him, I would say. I would always say, I don't trust you, It wasn't that I didn't trust him. What it was, I didn't trust myself. To listen to the red flags, to see the red flags. Stop trying to cover them up, making them pink, orange, whatever. They are what they are. And as long as you do not recognize the red flags, you will be lying to yourself. Stop lying to yourself. Stop romanticizing that relationship, it can be X, Y, and Z. That relationship is the way it is because of who you are. And until you change who you are, you will not get any better, any different. You have to change who you are. Also, another thing that you can do is journal, okay? Journal and see, write down how you feel, your emotions, your feelings. Write it down. Another thing you can do is go to therapy. Okay, I told you guys, I went to therapy. Nowadays, what I do is I journal, I pay attention to how I feel, okay? Another thing, I'm not finna be around someone who do not celebrate me, okay? Who just, it feels like they tolerate me. Because when your self-esteem start going up, and this is how your self-esteem is going to start going up, okay? Boundaries. And focus on what it is that you like to do. Focus on what the thing that is calling your heart. I say your passion and your purpose, find that out. Because instead of you jumping into different relationships after the last relationship ends, when you know what your purpose and your passion is, you're going to put that time in that. Okay? Like a relationship, yeah, it's good to be in relationships, but you good either way. I think that's like very, very, very strong. If you like, well, if it comes, it comes. I'm not, in a rush, or I'm not desperate, because you know who you are, because so to speak, they say, what you bring to the table. Okay. You're not just going to settle because you have done the work on yourself. With that being said, I love you guys. Rock out, believe in yourself. Always understand and get that there's always an answer out there to whatever it is that you may be going through, growing through. And with that being said, catch you guys on the next one. Peace.